All right, we are without a projector for the next couple of weeks, so I got to make sure everybody's got programs. Thank you. And while everybody's doing that, I want to welcome everybody to here for Center Spiritual Living in Minneapolis, St. Paul metro area. We're just going to keep expanding. I'm Reverend Debbie, and I'm so glad to have all of you with us, both here and out there. This center is based on the truth that there is one power for good and we can consciously use it. Which leads us to the mission of this center, which is to teach, demonstrate, and inspire that positive spiritual approach to living as we consciously move forward. And with that, we have the wonderful opportunity of starting off today while you guys are turning your cell phones off with music by Victoria and Scott.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, peace gives me everything I need.
Now that was a lovely way to start off the service. And now it's time for our group reading, which is why you need your programs. That's just where we are. So please join me as we make the following declarations of truth. I am ready to deepen my conviction in the power and presence for good. I am ready to apply it in my daily life. I am ready to receive God's highest blessings. I am ready to live from a higher level of beingness. I am ready to be a transformative light in the world. Oh. Let's center that, shall we? If you would just join me in an opening prayer. And let's just breathe together, because when we come together in community and breathe, it's amazing the love and the opening that it creates. And it is from this place that I remember the truth, that there is only one. It goes by many names, but there is only one. It is that one that is breathing us. It is that one that's experiencing its creation as we experience in our lives. It is that one that is always with us, making our ground always holy. I just allow that to center itself as I give thanks for not only this truth, but for this community, for this gathering, for this wonderful time of sharing, knowing that what needs to be heard is heard, what needs to be said is said, and the hearts are open and ready. This is the truth, and so it is. So speaking of the one, the idea that there's only one goes by many different names, and there's also many different paths and rituals to that one. So this morning, Mary's going to come up and we're going to light the flames of faith, acknowledging those multiple ways, knowing that it always unites us, it never divides us. So we light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of life. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. And now I invite all of us to take a moment and recognize that flame within, that spark that knows who and whose we are and comes with our hearts and our ears open. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. And now we have an inspirational reading by Julie.
Morning.
Okay. This book is As a Man Thinketh, and this is page 30. Your circumstances may be unfavorable now, but they won't remain so for long if you conceive an ideal and strive for it. An interior transformation will soon express itself outwardly. Picture a youth hard-pressed by poverty, combined for long hours in a stuffy workshop, unschooled and lacking all the arts of refinement. But he dreams of better things. He values intelligence, grace, and beauty. In his mind, he envisions his ideal life. He springs into action using all of his spare time and money, little as it is, to develop himself and expand his horizons. Soon, the workshop cannot hold him. His mind is so outgrown his surroundings that he casts them off like an old coat. Years later, we see him as a grown man. He is a master of his mind, with which he exerts power and influence. He shoulders great responsibilities and creates products and services that benefit his customers. He inspires others to follow his example and improve their own lives. He has become one with his vision. I have known men and women like this. You too will realize the vision of your heart, be it beautiful, ugly, or a mixture of both. This is because you naturally gravitate towards that which you cherish most of all. You will rise as high as your greatest aspiration or fall as low as your controlling desire. The ignorant, seeing only the outward results and not the internal processes behind them, chalk up everything to chance and fate. Seeing a wealthy person, they say, if only I were lucky. Seeing a scientist, they say, if only I were born with brains. Seeing a beloved humanitarian, they say, if only God had a purpose for me. They don't see the forming and holding of a vision, the years of training, and the overcoming of obstacles along the way. They don't see the struggles. They only see the success. In all human endeavors, there are efforts and there are results. The result is proportional to the strength of effort. Chance or fate has nothing to do with it, except to the degree that we create our own luck and act on opportunities. Achievements are dreams realized. The vision that you hold in your mind, the idea that you cherish in your heart, this you will build your life by, and this you will become.
Sweet Spirit, shine your light on me. Guide me the strength and carry on. I place my trust in you, knowing you will never fail. You bless me with your presence every day. Sweet Spirit, fill me with your peace. Give me the strength to carry on in this and every moment. And give me the courage to follow the words that will be done. There may be times when I feel down, till I know that this is okay. I know your shining light will dispel the darkest of my fears, if I only remember to pray. Sweet Spirit, shine your light on me. Guide me and show me the way. I place my trust in you, knowing you will never fail. If I only remember to pray. Lord, help me remember to pray.
All right, here she comes, Reverend Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you for that music and for the reading and for Reverend Debbie and everything she does. I'm going to just say one more word about this reading. If you don't have this book on your shelf, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, widely considered the greatest self-help book of all times. It's very little, quick read, but a real shot in the arm. So if you don't have this, you might want to just go on Amazon, get a used copy. How much can it cost? As a Man Thinketh. So this month we have been talking about transformation. Transformation of ourselves, transformation globally. Kind of a big deal, you know, how not only can we transform ourselves, but how can we make a difference in this world? How can we make a difference by, we're going to extend the invitation here today to be an agent of global transformation. That's a big deal. An invitation to be the first domino in a chain reaction for good. The invitation to be a beneficial presence in the world. These are not small things. The invitation to be a living remedy on planet Earth. These are big deals, weighty ideas. And you might think to yourself, not me, I can't do that. I got nothing here. And yet, when we think about what we talk about every Sunday here is this: there's a power for good in the universe, and you can consciously use it. Consciously use that power that's within you. So what can't we do? There's a perfect solution in the mind and spirit for any perceived dilemma in our lives. There's an author, a futurist, a spiritual teacher, a physicist. His name is Peter Russell, and he has this on his answering machine. He says, "This is not an answering machine, it's a questioning machine. Who are you and what do you want?" And then there's a pause, He says, in case you think these are trivial questions, most people come to Earth and leave it again without ever answering either one. And really, when you think about it, people you rub elbows with every day, we're rushing off to work, rushing out of the house, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, getting home, doing what we have to do, getting to bed, get up. When are we thinking about who are we and what is our place here on this earth? Who are you? And in our circles, we learn that we are spirit having a human experience. We learn that there's a power within us. The very power that created everything is the power that resides within each and every one of us. That's what gives us the power to be and do whatever it is that we open our lives to. So we're asking today not just, who are you? We know we're that vehicle for God to express as us through us, but we're asking about how does God express through you to the world? We're going a little beyond the norm here. Again, how do we express as an agent for global transformation, as the first domino in the chain reaction for good, as a beneficial presence to the world, as a living remedy on planet Earth? These are huge things. So today we're really opening ourselves, I think, to some important things if we allow it, if we open our hearts and minds to it. So you're cordially invited to deepen your relationship with your higher power, God as you know it. And when you do this, you are also deepening your relationship with God. Why? Because when you go within, guess what you find? You find that light. You find that power. You find that solution. So it's kind of an exciting concept to think about today. There's that power within and we can use it. I noticed that in May there was a page, I think it was May 25th, from our Science of Mind magazine, and it said this: take some time today to ask how you might add more joy and beauty to your life. For example, you can brainstorm answers to the following. If I could do anything, it would be blank. I get excited when blank. I love spending time blank. I mean, these alone are just wonderful things to chew on, to think about. And most people don't take the time to do it. And it's just imperative, I think, for us, because I think we're the movers and shakers. I think we are the ones that are saying, yeah, I don't think this world is just a horrible place, because I know there's a light within each and every person, not just in this room, but whether or not they even know it, that light is within them. And my purpose in life is to kind of explain to people, guess what? You got that light of power within you. That very creative power that created everything and everyone is within you. The perfect solution to any perceived dilemma in your life is at hand, is within. So I thought this would kind of set the stage for what we're talking about today. And I'm going to share with you a poem by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. Who knows Oriah? Some of us do. She's an author and a storyteller. She wrote several books. One of them is The Dance. One of them is The Call, Discovering Why You Are Here. So you get the idea. She's kind of thinking what we're talking about here today. And I'm going to share with you this poem she wrote called The Invitation. I want to know what you ache for. And if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. Doesn't interest me what you do for a living. Doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you would risk looking like a fool for love, for a dream, for the adventure of being alive. Doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow. if you have been opened by life's betrayals, or if you've become shriveled and closed from further pain. You know, how many of us have done that? Hurts too much. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or yours, without moving to hide it, or fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or yours, if you can dance with wildness, and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. Just let it go. Doesn't interest me if the story you're telling is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can hear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand on the edge of the lake and shout to the sliver of the full moon, yes! Doesn't matter to me where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. Doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. Doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you've studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else fails. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself, and if you truly like the company you keep in empty moments. That's pretty telling, isn't it? Do you know people that as soon as they get in their house, boom, they got to have the TV on, they got to have the tunes on, something. They don't want to spend that time with mom. They want to get something else going, keep the mind going. So we want to know if you can truly be in the company of yourself and like it. And if you're not sure, this invitation is inviting you to move closer to a yes. Yes, I like the company I keep. I like what I know is within me. I like this because I have deepened my relationship, because I have made it, set an intention to go within, to know myself, the good stuff, the bad stuff, as well as reaching out, knowing that that light that created everything and everyone is the same light within me that I can tap into. Jesus once said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Now a lot of us focus on that, love thy neighbor. And I think Jesus did too, love thy neighbor as thyself. He was kind of assuming we all loved ourselves. Jesus, Holmes says in this thing called You, he says, Jesus spent little time in negative thought, only enough to see through it, to reverse the false sense of life with a true realization of our union with God. This glorious figure, like a shaft of light, shot across the bewildered consciousness of man, proving every claim he made, leaving behind him a breath of heaven, fragrant with love. How do you like the way that guy writes? That's our Ernest Holmes writing that. Just beautiful. He goes on to say, as he identified himself with the source of his being, so you must identify yourself with that spirit that is ever with you, that spirit within. And that's our message. That's what we talk about Sunday after Sunday, reminding everybody, not that you are a poor, worthless person and you better get on your knees and be so sorrowful that you're such a terrible worm. That's not what we're reminded of every Sunday. We're reminded that there is a power in the universe for good and we can use it. It is within all of us. So he says, so you As he identified himself with source of his being, so you must identify yourself with the Spirit that is which is ever within you. But how many of us really kind of give lip service to that? It's kind of easy to say, yes, I know there's that light within me. And yet what we're really identifying with is, oh man, did I screw up? I'm not really a good person. I'm really a screw up. I'm not good enough to do the things that I need to do to make this world a better place. Not good enough to make my life a better place, to make it better for my kids, my neighbors. I'm just not up to that. We look at our flaws, our mistakes, our fears. How many of us do that? And just remind ourselves that we're inherently bad. This is the thing we want to confront here today. We really avoid looking within because we're kind of afraid of what we're going to see in there. It's kind of a shallow person in there. So we don't do that. So this morning the invitation is to take a look. Take a look within in all of our humanness and look at not only our strengths but see our strengths and also recognize our weaknesses. Yeah, we made mistakes. Everything in between, just take a look at it. And what a breakthrough it is if we can ever get to the point where we can laugh at some of these foibles in our life. My late husband Gary's dad, Fritz, was kind of he wasn't exactly soft, you know what I mean? He was kind of mean to the kids when his mom used to say, just don't kick him in the face, just don't kick him in the face. I mean, that's the way he raised his kids. And as he got older, he softened, and he also, this is what was important to my late husband Gary, he said, my old man learned how to laugh at himself. That changed the dynamics of the whole family. When Fritz could acknowledge that he screwed up, made a mistake, and he did it a lot. He did things like, one day he was standing out in the porch of his son's house, and his son was talking to him maybe about the squirrels that he was shooting at or whatever in the backyard. And so there's a gun out there, Fritz picks it up and shoots. Well, there was a window there. Blaster, I mean, that's the kind of stuff he did. That could go on. But he got to the point where he could laugh at himself. And that's a big deal. When my kids were teenagers, there wasn't much of a laughing matter in our household, I'm telling you. My kids weren't exactly exemplary teenagers. And I certainly wasn't an exemplary mother at all, not at all. But I meant well. And so one day we're having supper, we called it supper, and sitting around the kitchen table. And of course the kids are acting up, they're doing something stupid, laughing and giggling, whatever they're doing, antics, and they're teenagers. And I think, okay, this is a teaching moment. So I sit down and I'm going to teach them about table manners and about how decorum and stuff like that. So I begin the lecture as I'm sawing through my overdone pork chop. And this pork chop is sitting next to a plate full of peas. So something slips. It's either the knife or the fork or the pork chop. Boom, we got peas all over the house. We got peas in our hair, we got peas on the floor, peas on the table, peas on the curtains. And even I knew that was funny. It was so absurd because here I am teaching them. But how nice it is to be able to look at that and instead of just walking off of the room crying, I'm a failure as a mother, blah, blah, blah. I could laugh at it there. Now, there are some things that happened in my children's life that to this day are not laughable. I missed out on signs that they were being abused when they were little children, and I didn't see it, and I didn't know it until they were adults. And, these are things that I had to come to grips with and forgive myself for, but again, it doesn't pay to beat myself up for it. I did the best I could at the time. I have forgiven myself, and I continually remind myself I'm still the mom. I can still reach out. I can still love them. I can still lecture them on decorum. So Holmes says in this thing called You, he said, "It is only as you drop confusion that you can entertain peace. Only as you transcend doubt and fear that you can be filled up to the hilltops of your inner life." We've got to transcend these judgments on ourselves, our doubts and our fears. It's the confusion that I invite you to drop today. The idea that your human mistakes, your foibles, your errors make you anything less than divine. Because even though we do those things, we always will, we're human, we're going to make mistakes. We are still divine. That light is still within us. So here's your assignment for this week. This week, go to somebody that you trust. Go to somebody that loves you unconditionally. And think about sharing a fear or a deep, dark secret or something perhaps you feel you needed to be ashamed of. Go to somebody like that and say, I want to just get this off my chest. I want to get it off my chest so I have some clear sailing. I want to release it so that I can more clearly see my divinity. Yeah, I see it. I recognize it. I told you about it. Nothing horrible happened. You still love me. And I realize there is that light of my higher power within me. You got to tell them their only job is to love you. They're not there to fix you, which is, some of us like to do. Their job is just to love you. It's not to say, here's the answer. It's not even to say, oh, you're not so bad. It's just to listen to you and to love you. And then if somebody asks you to be that person for them, just realize that is a sacred honor for you to be chosen to do that. So that is an assignment that I would urge you to take seriously and act on, because it's very healing. It can be transformative, as we're talking about this month. So I'm just going to give you an example of something that came about for me before I started preparing this lesson. And I started thinking about something that somebody said to me many years ago, somebody that didn't like me very much, if you can believe this. There's somebody that didn't like me very much. And she said to me, Joanne, you're like a bulldog. You get your teeth into something and you just won't let go. I thought, no way. I have just totally dismissed that. What does she know anyway? Just totally dismissed it. That was many years ago. And guess what? Something in there was stirring just a few weeks ago, and I thought to myself, I can see several things in my life that I have done that, and it has not been a good outcome. One of them is, as a stockbroker, I would buy stocks, and even when the writing was on the wall, their earnings were not good, the chart wasn't good, management changes, all kinds of stuff, writing on the wall saying, this ain't working out. My teeth were in there, and I was certain it was going to work out. I lost a lot of money by taking that attitude, and unfortunately, my husband, Gary, had that same attitude. He liked to do that too, just hang on for dear life and just go down with the ship. We bought, this was my idea, we bought into a timeshare. My idea. And you accumulate these points. And that's how you have this lovely condominium or wherever in the mountains or wherever you want to go. Well, what sold us on it was you could accumulate these points over the years, and then you could get a lot of points. You could take your family, you could take friends. I mean, you had a lot of points, so you could make a really nice vacation, not only for yourself, but other people. And this really appealed to both me and Gary. And shortly after we put our money into this thing, they changed the rules. We're not gonna let you accumulate anymore. And so we were very upset, and we get on the phone talking to these people, and Gary would get mad and hang up. And after a few of those calls, the years passed. I was still paying the total assessment for the year. I was still paying taxes. I cannot tell you how much money we paid for that. But we weren't gonna use it, that's for sure, because we were mad. We changed the rules. Got our teeth in there and wouldn't let go. Eye doctors. I got mad at the guy that did my cataract and my LASIK surgery because I haven't seen very clearly since that time. But I signed all these papers, and I don't know what they said, but I kind of thought they said, don't ever come back here because we're not going to change anything and it's going to cost you a lot more money. I, got mad. Didn't go back. So I walk around for years not seeing clearly. Thinking, that's like a bulldog getting its teeth into something and not letting go. Cut off my nose to spite my face. I went to this, so I haven't been back to that doctor, but I've been to several doctors. And this last one said to me, well, you should really get driving glasses anyway, because I told him, I says, I'm a danger out there because I can't see. He said, you better get some driving. So he gave me a prescription. I went and got it filled, and I loosened up on that, hanging on with my teeth to something. So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Look inside you. What things about you maybe haven't you acknowledged? It doesn't have to be something like this, but something you're afraid of or ashamed of, or something that you did, maybe that you just need to have a little confession about. So, in this thing called You Home says this: your search is after something great enough to lose your littleness in, something within you worthy of immortality and eternal expansion. The world has not looked for God where he may be found. Here's the great secret. There's only one God, one divine mind. This one is undivided, hence all of it is present everywhere. God is not only where you are, it is what you are. You need no longer go and search after it. Rather live and think from the union which you already have. We are one with that one within. Do we have those handouts? Debbie's going to hand out something that we would normally have on the screen, but since we have no screen, she was nice enough to print these up. And when we all get them, I will ask you to just, let's say this together.
Will you bring the baskets up this time? Thank you.
You guys have one over there? I did. All right, so let's say together, there is that within me which knows. I am not only one with this power, this power is actually flowing through me now. I am not only unified with the divine presence around me, this presence is my presence. It is the presence of my real and true self. I am forever one with life. That's a beautiful affirmation to hang on to. So this morning I invite you to accept this invitation to love and accept yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses. Particularly remember that light within you and your ability, because of that light within you, to make a difference in transforming not only your life, but the world. And so it is.
And so it is.
I would ask you at this point to join me in a spiritual mind treatment. So if you just take a deep breath, get comfortable where you are. I'm going to say this in first person as though it's for me, but know it is for you as well. I know there is but one power in the universe, and that power is all good. That power has a perfect solution to any perceived dilemma in life. That power is peace and joy and love and abundance, beauty, order. And I know it experiences life in, as, and through its creation, and through and as me, and through and as every person. And even though in my humanness, I've sometimes forgotten about this power within, and instead determined, oh, I'm flawed, I focus on my mistakes, I entertain my fears. Even though I've done that in the past from time to time, I now declare my intention to remember that I am one with that power, one with the power that created everything and everyone. That power, I know, is within me. And I choose to be an agent for global transformation. I choose to be the first domino in a chain reaction for good. I choose to be a beneficial presence in the world. I choose to be a living remedy on planet Earth. And in gratitude for the law that it is done unto me as I believe, this seed is planted, I release these words and say, and so it is.
There's a new territory that I never saw before, like a fire of transformation breaking through my core, shining in the darkness. I can see the light of day, and this new territory is my strength, it is my way. Yes, this new territory is my strength, so let us pray. Well, I pray that you will see the best of life, the best of love, the very best of everything. Well, I pray that you will see the best of life, the best of love, the very best of everything. I pray that you will see the best of life, the best of love, the very best of everything. There's a new territory that I never saw before, like a fire of transformation breaking through my core, shining in the darkness. I can see the light of day, and this new territory is my strength, so it is the way. New territory is my strength, so let us pray. This new territory is my strength, so let us pray. Well, I pray that you will see the best of life, The best of love, the very best of everything.
That was lovely. Thank you both, all three of you, actually. All right, so this is our opportunity to give back to this spiritual community, and I want to remind everyone that this is a tithing center. And so what comes in goes out with love. As it comes in with love, it goes out with love. And it supports organizations like this one all around the world, whether they're meeting in centers or in group studies. And so I want to thank all of us for our ability to give from that place of genuine love and knowing who and whose we are. And I know there's lots and lots of ways to give, and I give thanks for all of it.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
We are all so blessed. We are grateful for the gifts, we're grateful for the givers, and we have a gift for you, and that is the gift of spiritual mind treatment. And so if there's something that you are working on, something that you want someone to know the truth for you or to celebrate with you, or maybe you are looking for that one person who loves you unconditionally for your assignment this week, this center is filled with an incredible group of practitioners. And in-house today, we have Celeste, myself, Jeff, and Joanne. And it would be our honor if there's something we can work with you one-on-one with. You can also fill out a prayer request here. You can fill out a prayer request online. We can either contact you or just know that truth for you. And it's a wonderful opportunity for us to be of service. So if there's something, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let's see here for announcements. We are doing the book Living Without Fear by Ernest Holmes. This Thursday at 7 o'clock, we're going to do chapters 2, 3, and 4. And they're like 2 or 3 pages each. And we're going to just start that conversation and see where it goes from here. It's going to be via Zoom. You can go to our website and register, and a link will be sent out along with a couple of questions to get us all started. And it's the book is deep. I mean, it's Holmes at his finest logically, which is confusing. But it's going to lead to some great conversations. And so if you're available on Thursdays at 7, it's a drop-in. We would love to have any and all of you. I think that's all we've got for announcements, yeah? Next Sunday, we're going to be celebrating Father's Day, and there'll be cake, because we're doing birthdays also. So if you've got a birthday, and I know Joan has a birthday on Sunday, so we're just going to come and celebrate together next Sunday. And that's what we've got. So with that, I'm going to pray us out. Joanne's going to bless us out. We're going to sing out, and then we're going to have some refreshments. And I hope you all can join us. So join me. Let us just take another one of those wonderful breaths. Oh, I just love that. Just that breath of life, that breath of spirit, that breath of knowing that all is well and all will be well, because somewhere in the ethers is everything that we need to be that transformative power for good. To know our truth, our power, and our wisdom. In this moment, I consciously court the one, that very thing itself, to express greatly and deeply and profoundly as we move, as we live, as we have our being within this thing called spirit. I just let these words go. I allow spirit to do the heavy lifting, and I just say yes to life, just as it is and just as it is not. With great gratitude, I let it go, and so it is.
May I leave you with this blessing. May you be at peace. May you know the beauty of your own true nature. May your heart be open. May you be healed. May you be blessed. Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm so glad somehow I've got salvation now, and it keeps my spirit moving in my soul. Every day I find it's peace and joy in my life, and it keeps me singing in my soul. Oh, I'm singing, yes, I'm singing in my soul. When the troubles roll, I sing from morn to night, and it makes my burdens light. I'm singing them in my soul. Oh, every now and then something speaks within. It often tells me when I'm doing wrong. Just still kneel and bow my head in prayer, and my heart rings out in trying a song. Oh, I'm singing, yes, I'm singing in my soul. When the troubles roll, oh, I sing from morn to night, and it makes my burdens light. And I'm singing, yeah, I'm singing, baby, in my soul. I'm so glad somehow I have got salvation now, and it keeps my spirit moving in my soul. Oh, every day I find it's peace and joy in my mind, and it keeps me singing in my soul. Oh, it keeps me singing in my soul.